Shalom Aleichem Seinu Elohim Man Yov Yezer Ezer Imad Eretz Shmei Barat Tzalitane B'Taglecha Yom Shemrecha Hine Lo Yonam Elishan Shem Yisrael Adonai Shemrecha Adonai Tzilcha Yimenecha Yom Yom Hashem Yishel Yakek V'Yer Bad Lo Ila Adonai Yishmacha Mikol Ro Yishmer Etzam Shach Adonai Yishmat Yisrael V'Yachom Yato V'Yadoi Lo. My friends, take a coin toll in the pushka, and this will hasten the redemption. We are now in the second week already of the 3 weeks which are called the Bein HaMetzorim, the period between the fast of Shivas Tammuz and hopefully the celebration of Tisha B'Av. I say hopefully because as we know that these days will be transformed into days of rejoicing. As the Pasuk says, Yehavchu Yomim Elu L'Sasen U'L'Simcha. And especially this year, where both fasts, Shivas Tammuz and Tisha B'Av, all were on a Shabbat, and they were postponed for after Shabbat, because the oinig of Shabbos, the pleasure of Shabbos, overrides the necessity of fasting. So we obviously pray that it shouldn't be just postponed, but should be completely cancelled. That's interesting. So we have 21 days. Shivasa B'Tammuz, the 17th of the Tammuz, and the 9th of Shvat, the 9th of Av, have a total of 21 days. Interesting enough, these 21 days also correspond to the Shabbosim and the holidays. Let's do the count. Shabbos is 1, Rosh Chodesh is 1, Pesach is 7, Shavuos is 1, talking biblically, so we have now 10. Rosh Hashanah, even at Yisrael, is cut for 2 days. Yom Kippur is 1, so we have 13. Sukkot and Shmini Atzeres have 8, so we have a total of 21 days. So we see actually within even this 21 days how really there are celebrations in these 21 days. The Yomim Tovim, the days of festivities, the days of godly revelation, which is what Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, closeness, all this is indicated by the number, by the 21. In fact, this past Shabbos, in the Haftorah that we read, God asks the prophet Jeremiah, Yirmiyahu, and he says, "What do you see?" Ma toroyeh? And he responded, Makel shoked adiroyeh. I see a rod of an almond tree. Shoked means diligence, haste. And God says, indeed, you saw well, because I'm going to be diligently pursuing what I promised to do. In this case, it was talking about the destruction of the temple. But shoked, this tree, shoked is also an almond tree. What is the idea of the almond? So the Talmud says that the almond takes 21 days from when it blossoms until it ripens. So this is the 21 days of the 3 weeks of the from Shivasa B'Tammuz, the 17th of Tammuz till Tisha B'Av. The famous Gaon of Ramatchav says an interesting thing. It says, an almond has something very specific. The way it grows, it first starts to be very bitter, but the more it ripens, it becomes a sweet fruit. And this is different than another nut which is called luz. There it starts off very sweet and it becomes bitter. So the idea is that really our task is what? To transform this bitterness of the 21 days into sweetness, into celebration. And in fact, this is also seen in the way we relate to these 3 weeks. As I said, those 21 days, really, we don't call it the 21 days. We said in Yiddish the 3 Wochen, the 3 weeks. Gimel de Poronusa, it says. Even the Haftorahs is the 3, focusing on the number 3. Why 3? What's wrong with 21? We have 21 days. We can count, the 21 is 3 weeks. What's the purpose of putting into a structure of 3 weeks? But the idea is because we want to emphasize the number 3. What's so special about the number 3? So let's look at history. On the 3rd day of creation, God said, doubly blessed. The Torah was given on the 3rd month, the month of Sivan. The Torah is divided into 3 sections, Torah, Nevi'im, and Kesuvim. The Torah was given through Moshe Rabbeinu, who is one of 3 siblings. The Jewish people are divided into 3 groups, Kohen, Levi, and Israel. What does it mean? The number 3 is considered the peacemaker, the one that reconciles opposites. As we say daily in the prayers, when we have two verses that contradict, comes the third one and reconciles them both, that they're not contradicting any longer. So we emphasize number 3, because the 3 also indicates that the 21 days of bitterness should be transformed in the 3, and the coming bring us the third Beis Hamikdash. Eibishter, the time is now. Not even in 3 minutes from now, but now.